Check it out, guys. So in this video, we're going to do a quick update on AMC stock, break down how it did last week. We'll go over some key levels, the charts, all that good stuff. Maybe we'll talk about the earnings a little bit more. So yeah, let's just dive into it. I figure let's do a quick update video on AMC, and here we are. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. We'll talk more about that later. And now, cheers, guys. Let's dive right into the video. So at this point, you guys probably know this company reported earnings yesterday, and their stock ended up going pretty much all over the place. I mean, initially, right before earnings, it was at $6.20. Then earnings came out. Then we ended up dumping all the way down to $5.66. That was at around 9:40 a.m. So 10 minutes into the session, we already dumped down almost, 60 cents from where the stock was before earnings. That was a drop of 8.7%. Then we ended up rebounding for a good, a good little bit there. Let me see if I zoom in a little bit here on the 5-day 5-minute. We rebounded from 560 to about, let's see, $6.10. That was a move of around 7-8%. That took around about 2 hours. Yeah, a little bit more than 2 hours to make that move. And what I'm noticing here, guys, is we put in a lower high. That's not the best sign overall in the very short term for the bulls, but don't get too nervous. We'll break down some larger time frames here where you guys will see the bulls are still in charge. So we did put in that lower high on, in the middle of the day yesterday on Friday. Then we ended up pretty much selling off for the rest of the day, putting in multiple lower highs after that. Now, after the bell yesterday on Friday, this was coasting at about 580, 585, pretty much right where it closed on, Friday. So at this point, guys, yes, we are seeing some lower highs, but at the same time, as you guys probably know, this thing is making higher lows. Let me show you guys this. We have clear higher lows being made over the past 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days, even though this thing did see a big drop, on Friday morning. If you guys take a look here, if I pull the oval tool up, you'll see, boom, higher low, higher low, higher low. You guys see that, right? And now again, after the bell, as we held pretty much 580, 585, 590, that is us putting in another higher low. You guys see that here on the 5-day 5-minute. So AMC, in my eyes, looks decent here in the short term. And if you're a bull, you need to see it take out. The most important level, I would say, in the short term is 610, which was the high from the middle of the day on Friday right here. We just talked about it. We need to retake that point. Bulls need to retake that point. And at that point, if we break past 610, I might as well set my alert there right now. Mark is at or above. Then we could start making a move towards 620, which again is where the stock was in the pre-market before the numbers came out. So let me actually set another alert at 620. Then if that were to break, now we're talking an even bigger move around the corner. It could be around the corner. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think it could be coming for AMC. And if I pull up the 20-day chart, you guys can see even with that pullback that we saw intraday, we ended up going down 0.5% on Friday. The bulls are still clearly in control. You guys can see here on this 20-day time frame, we're above both moving averages. As of now, we actually closed above the 50, and we're well above the 180 right here on this time frame, which is really good news for the bulls. And we have a golden cross. You guys see the 50 SMA crossing above the 180. That's a bullish sign right there. And the fact that we closed above the highs from a couple of weeks ago, from the middle of April, we closed above those highs. That's an even better sign. And mind you, the fact that we broke out of those highs this week, that's a great sign as well. So to me, and all you guys in the comments, not a lot of you, but there are some of you like, oh, AMC is not playing out like you said it was. And first of all, I'm not telling you guys exactly how it will play out. No one knows what's going to happen. We're just breaking down charts here and having fun. But you guys need patience, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. You need patience. A lot of people are like, oh, it's down on the day. It's dumping. The charts aren't looking that great. To me, the charts look pretty decent, and the bulls are still in charge. And we just saw a little bit of a pullback. We'll see. Now, if we start breaking under $5 again into the 4s, all right, maybe you have a point. That would not be a good sign for the bulls. But right now, we're still above the highs from a couple weeks ago. We're above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. Relax. Let it play out. Let's see what happens here at around $6 next week. That's going to be huge. If we do take out 620, that's going to be even bigger. At that point, if I pull the 4-hour chart up, you guys probably remember we called out this inverse head and shoulders, which, mind you, that is still in charge, or not in charge, but intact rather. You guys can see here, left shoulder, got the head right there, got the right shoulder right here. So if we do start breaking, well, we already broke 575. That was big. We did that this week, which was a very big move for the bulls. Now, if we break out of 625, which I have my alerts at, or more like 620, now we're talking a straight move, in my opinion, to $6.75, which you guys know I've talked about here on the channel before. That was the high from back in the end of February, early March, right around here, 675, 680. In my eyes, that's where we could be going, and if that were to break, who knows, it might. Never say never. This could go towards initially the highs from the beginning of February being around, let's see, $7.25. Then if that were to break, we're talking a move $8.50, maybe even higher. So be patient. You know, I'm not saying this is going to moon for sure. Again, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, but the way it's setting up here is looking more bullish than bearish, at least to me. We have a golden cross on pretty much all time frames. We're above all the moving averages pretty much on all time frames, at least the ones that I'm looking at. And, well, again, if we break 620, we can be going straight to that 725 level. I'm telling you guys. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And of course, guys, if you want some free money and you also want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. And once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks on top of that 1 stock, totaling 5 stocks. And once you fund your account with at least $1,000, you get another 10 stocks on top of the 4 stocks, on top of the 1 stock, totaling 15 free stocks. And again, that helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. So use that Moomoo link down below. And with that being said, let's break down some other stocks really quickly here. Bed Bath & Beyond, we might as well pull that one up and see how that did recently. I mean, guys, this ended up, and I think when I was making my video on Bed Bath & Beyond the other day, I think that was on Friday, you know, I forget exactly when, but it was mooning, or it mooned rather, into close. Look at that, guys. This thing went from $11.90, 12 cents roughly, which at that point it was already up a decent chunk on the day. I think it was up maybe 18, 19%. We were talking about it in my video yesterday, so make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. We can see it mooned into the close. Like I said, pretty much once I ended that video, in the last 10-15 minutes, this went from 11.9 cents to 14 cents. That was such a big move, 18% for BBBYQ. So even though the business is, you know, struggling, of course, they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's better than Chapter 7, way better than Chapter 7, but it might go Chapter 7, who knows. But even though that's the case, there's still a lot of movement in the stock. There's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volume as of now. And sure, maybe people will forget about it in a couple of months. Volume will die down, which, you know, in the OTC markets, that could make for some crazy swings. There's less liquidity, less volume. Granted, it's harder to get filled in those, you know, in the OTC markets, but it, you know, there's wild swings like we've clearly seen over the past couple of days. BBBYQ went from 4.5 cents to 15 cents, back down to 10 cents on Friday. We held that pretty steady, which is a good sign for the bulls. Now it's starting to break out again, back towards that 15.5 cent mark, which is where it was on, you know, on Thursday, right? So this looks decent, guys. And again, it's very risky, very speculative for me, at least. I don't know. A lot of you guys might have a lot more money in it than I do. But for me, it's more speculative, and it's brought the, you know, these markets in general have just been sideways, you know, these past couple of months, been very boring trading them. And I figured, let me bring back some spunk into the, you know, into the trading account. And honestly, it's been fun tracking this thing and, you know, having some money in it. Not a crazy amount, you guys know that, but having some money in it and tracking it. I feel like there could be more upside. Of course, the shares are manipulated. They're shorting this thing to the ground, and eventually they're going to have to cover, guys. They're going to have to cover. Interest rates are only going up. That means they're paying more interest on their margin debt. Do the math there, guys. They're going to have to cover eventually, at least in my opinion. And it could go to zero. Who knows? I mean, it's in the OTC markets, for Pete's sake, guys. But at this point, I'm in it for the ride, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. Let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about BBBYQ. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you holding? And by the way, I'm holding. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I'm personally holding. I'd love to know what you guys are up to. Let me know down below in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. And feel free to check out my Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord chat. You want to get other exclusive benefits, Patreon portfolio access, access to me throughout the day, charts and ideas, all that good stuff I'm posting on Patreon and on the YouTube membership. Either or, guys, check it out. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.